Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing great, thank you. Excellent. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm just starting the day today. It's a
Awesome.
little late, but life.
No, no. You are based in Madrid, right?
No, well, I'm currently in A Coruña. It's in the north
Okay.
of Spain, but yeah, it's the same country, obviously, and same hour in here.
So, yeah, I really appreciate your email and getting back to us regarding the education program. And if you don't mind, I would love to chat a little bit about that to learn more from you and
Yeah.
to see what you are doing and maybe how we can support you the best. So, yeah, that's the intention of the call today. I don't know, do you
Okay.
want to put anything else on the agenda, maybe?
No, it's fine with me. If we can, see some ways of having like more communication between us, for me it would be amazing because, we really love your product, your software, and we teach the software to every student we have, and they also love it. So yeah, if we can have, like some kind of an improved collaboration between us, it would be amazing.
Most definitely. That's absolutely something that we would love to do. And yeah, the feedback is just amazing. So, of course, we would love to hear more of that as well. So, can you share a little bit more about what type of students you are working with? So, is it a postgraduate or master's or what is their
It's a master's
background?
degree. We mainly have a master's degree in BIM management. We
Mhm.
also have postgraduate courses. I think we have around 5 or 6. We teach some part of Plannerly, but not all of the software like in the master's degree.
So, what are the challenges that you are solving in the course? And that also leads to my question, what parts of the application that you are using? But instead of focusing on the platform, what are the challenges that you are teaching in the course and solving in the course?
Yeah, the main focus we are having right now is all the AI capabilities of the software. So
Mhm.
the thing is, we really like the all how's it called, the documentation part, the docs part, and that's the main thing we teach because we think it can help us a lot. Explaining our students what's a VP or IR or whatever. So we work a lot with that module in
Mhm.
our master's degree. The other two ones, the scope one and the verify one, we use them mainly the scope one for the practices we have with our students. So they have
Mhm.
to build a complete building in with Revit or whatever software they choose, and we try to use the scope part as we can ask them for things we need them to do in their practices, and they
Mhm.
can go to the platform and see if they are reaching all the milestones and all of that. The verify part, I would love to have the time to explain them how to create IDS and all of those things, but we don't have time in our master's degree. So I teach them you can do this, but we don't get much time with that.
Right. So it's one semester that you are teaching, or is it two semesters?
Yeah, I think it's maybe 4 to 6 months in total with plan. So our master's degree is 15 months long, but we only teach Plannerly, obviously, in the latest part of the masters.
Yeah, I would love to ask a couple of more questions, but I just want
Yeah.
to sidetrack a little bit because I know that you are aware of our training programs as well. So, coming up with a case study from the UK, actually. Professors in the UK, what they do is they cannot teach everyone themselves either because of time pressure. So, what they decided to do is they direct the students to our training courses, especially when it comes to teaching about ISO 19650. And they allocate a certain percentage, 10 to 20% of the overall grading of the students for completing the course. So it means that in the end of the course, students get a certificate, a completion certificate, a badge actually that they can even use in their
Yeah.
CVs, in LinkedIn, so it even makes them more employable. But also the just showing the certificate to the professor is ticking the box and provides 20% overall grading. So the reason why I brought it up, I think it's a nice case study in education. But the reason why I brought it up is because you are under time pressure and you don't have time to talk about IDS, BSDD, model checking, whichever. Feel free. We have these absolutely free courses.
Yeah, in fact, I made myself some of those courses, and I really enjoy them. The thing is, they are in English, and our program is in Spanish, so
Mhm.
we cannot ask our students to have to do this part in English. If
Right.
if we had that in Spanish, I would obviously I would do that's what you told me because I believe in the software and the courses. They are really enjoyable, really easy to follow, and for me, I learned new things I didn't know before. And I also got some inspiration for some of my courses because we obviously record our courses and things. And yeah, that would be amazing. So yeah, if I can ask for something, maybe this would be having your courses in Spanish also.
Yeah, that's awesome. So I have a short-term solution for that because all our videos are on YouTube as well. And if in automated Spanish subtitles is acceptable. So that's something that is available even today. I can share the YouTube channel and all the videos are there. Students can go through that. The only thing that they would probably have to do is still go to our training channel and just tick the boxes that they completed or watch the videos and complete the quiz. So that's the only thing. Short term, it works today. A little bit midterm, long term, we have actually some partners in Spain raised their hands that they want to translate the training course. So we will definitely notify when we are at a point when we can start sharing the Spanish version of the same training. So that is also coming.
In fact, this is, I'm also going to raise my hand because, I would, if I can help in that, I would love to do that. I have
Absolutely.
previous experience, translating things
Mhm.
and I don't remember exactly in video format. I don't think so. But, I made a lot of translations written and I speak English and I understand all the main concepts of the courses. So if you want or if you have the necessity, I would like to offer me to translate some of your videos, some of your modules, whatever you need. And
Yeah.
in that moment, obviously, if we can have all the videos in Spanish, and for us it's really important to have them all in our own platform. So we have a platform, it's called Evol Campus, and we need that. We need all our videos to be inside the platform. They are in Vimeo or in YouTube, but we need them to be in the platform because a lot of our students, they have some like bonifications in their courses. The government pays some of their courses, so we need to have a lot of control in that matter. So we need the videos they see to be in our platform.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I don't see any problems with that. Again, if Spanish subtitles would be acceptable for the time being, you can grab them from YouTube. I can put you in touch with the right people, so you can grab those videos and put them on your channel, no problem.
okay.
And then in a little bit longer term, I assume it's a half a year, 1 year kind of approach or effort to have them all translated, but we will have them in Spanish as well.
Okay, awesome.
Cool.
Yeah, for me,
Yeah.
that's the main thing we have right now is that. Yeah, amazing.
Yeah, awesome. So let me circle back a little bit to the product. So before Plannerly, I'm assuming it was also part of the curriculum to talk about execution planning and all those kind of things. So if I understand right, that's the main use of the product in the course to do execution
Yeah.
planning, a little bit of responsibility matrices and stuff like that. What did you use before that? And do you see any shift, any change?
We didn't have anything. We taught everything I know, in our videos. We recorded a lot of videos, but we share with them PDFs and all of the things. For me, it's almost like embarrassing. We were working with PDFs and we were working with all of these things with Excel and whatever. All of the things we don't have to use now. So yeah, for us, Plannerly was like a game changer.
And so students do not necessarily come across that problem anymore because they are not using PDFs and Excel in the course for the execution planning. But is there a way to put maybe a metric on it or to communicate, to compare the traditional processes with PDFs and Excel sharing compared to what they are doing in Plannerly, or they just get the best of the...
I think right now, maybe 1 or 2 years ago, maybe yeah, we could like compare everything, but right now they get the best of the best. So yeah, it's really hard for us right now to have some metrics about that. I have my own metrics, and in my own work, for me, it's like amazing how many hours a day I can save just by using these programs. So yeah,
Mhm.
that's
So
the main metric I have.
you are saving time on your end by just receiving the documentation from the students and not... And are you maybe even giving them direct feedback on the document using the commenting, or how should I imagine that?
Yeah, we give them some feedback. We can, like come back to Plannerly and do everything in here so they can see a complete workflow. Right now, they made something in Plannerly and it's almost like they send us that documentation outside Plannerly. And maybe the complete workflow is better for us. We spoke about this, my teachers and I, like a week or so ago.
Yeah, so you are aware that on each and every document section, you would be able to inline comment, meaning you highlight a
Yeah.
text and you can start collaborating over that and
Yeah,
things like that.
as I said, one of my teachers, like a week or 2 weeks ago, he told me that, and I was like amazed that, yeah, we need to do that. We need to use all of those things because we are not using them right now. Yeah, for me, it works amazing that way.
Awesome. And the main point, I think the most important is that in the end, students can learn more, have more practical insights or stuff like that. So since you started using the platform instead of sharing PDFs, do you see that they gain more knowledge about the topic, or is there any
Yeah.
kind of improvement in that?
Yeah, I think so. For me, the main benefit of this platform is that when they are not in our degree, when they are outside in the world, in the real world, they start doing things the right way. So I always tell people when they call me, because sometimes companies call me, we need 5 people, to working with us. And I always tell them that we teach them the right way, so they don't make the same mistakes we made 5, 10 years ago. And for me, that's the main thing, the main benefit. And in fact, I tell my students, you have to tell your employers and the people you work with, you learned this way. And for us as teachers, it's the best way you can learn. So yeah, I think right now it's like this thing that they don't know how to do it back because they never had the opportunity. They started doing things the right way. So yeah, it's the main thing.
That's awesome. So if I understand right, I don't want to oversimplify it, but the knowledge that they gain in your courses make them more valuable in the job market.
Yeah.
And also it probably has a really positive effect on your courses as well, because it means that the students coming out from your courses are better educated and
We
can
have, we have like some kind of reputation in Spain of having students with really good knowledge of the ISO, the 19650, and all the processes inside of this methodology. So yeah, when people, maybe small companies, they don't give this the same focus or the same value as big companies. But big companies, they call us every single week. When they need people, they call us because they know we work with ASO, we work with all these different softwares. Some of these companies, they also work with Plannerly, and they need people that can start right away. So yeah, for us, it's even a positioning thing. Having Plannerly inside our degree or teaching Plannerly to our students, it helped us to get some recognition inside the BIM sphere here in Spain.
Yeah, that's music to my ears, of course. So we would love to have more, and I know that you have limited possibilities, and especially when it comes to time, to how deep you can go into the different solutions that we are trying to, or challenges that we are trying to solve with Planoly. Anything that you can think of that we can help. I mean, for example, some cases we do guest lectures, so that would be a concentrated effort in showing other parts of the application. We see that one thing. The other thing is that we see in many courses that not everyone is ready for everything, but selected students would be ready to do a master thesis or anything like that using other parts of the solution, like IDS, like model checking and things like that. So if we can help with that, we are absolutely open for that as well, of course. So anything that you can think of,
Yeah,
just
that would be amazing, because we just started this week. We started all the master's degree. The final practice they have to do. It's a collaborative one. It's the one that we use Plannerly inside. Also, so yeah, maybe for that students only. It's maybe like 10, 15 stops, not more. But maybe teaching them some of these specifics from your side, that would be amazing. So if we could have, and get somebody that we need 1 hour, maybe 1 hour, 1.5 hours of a master class or something like that. And that would be amazing for us. That would be really, really good. We would love that. So,
consider it done. Yeah, I think I learned a lot. So, one more thing I wanted to share. You said that companies are employing your students and you ask them to do it in the right way as they learn it in the courses. We have a free course as well, the Digital Troublemaker, which I would like to draw your attention to, because it helps individuals who find a problem and the solution for that problem. It gives them some support and tools to help improving the organization from the inside. So again, this is something that I would maybe recommend to take a look and suggest to the students, because as
yeah.
soon as they get employed, this is equipping them again with some tools that can help them to make that change in the organization.
Yeah. Okay. I'll get back to that. I think that one, I think my colleague Jose, I think he made all of those courses. I don't think I have, watched that, but I'll watch it. And obviously I'll recommend it to the people that, get employed I think in bigger companies, they can, use it more. But yeah, I'll be sure to tell them that.
Amazing. Well, I appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
We started so you mentioned that it would be awesome if we can be in contact, be in touch. So feel free
Yeah.
to reach out anytime. I would be more than happy to jump on calls like this. And we will also organize that masterclass for your students. So whatever you have in mind, just share it with us, and that's how we can improve.
Okay. Thank you very much, Aikos. The same goes for you. If you have any I can help you with, please be sure to send an email or get back to me in this Zoom video calls or whatever, and I'll be happy to help you in whatever I can.
Awesome. Thank you so much. We
Okay.
will be in touch. Thank you.
Bye
Have a
bye.
great day. Bye.